Hey guys, Roadrunner here. So, me and Xena, we're out dumpster diving right now. And waiting for the employees of, the dollar store we're at to hurry up and leave so I can go check out the dumpster after they leave. But, I was watching some videos earlier, and I was kind of startled, to be honest, which I don't usually use that word, but in Australia, their 4 biggest banks there just shut down a very big amount of ATMs and branch locations because they're trying to move towards a, basically, let's just call it what it is, a cashless society. And I don't agree with that. I'd rather we be using cash, paper cash, or metals. Now, don't get me wrong, I like the idea of having multiple forms of currency because I think it's a good idea to have something to back up a form of currency that you currently can't use at any given situation. And digital currency, ones and zeros, I like using it, but I don't want it to be my only form of currency, you know? I like having that paper in my hand. And I don't even like cash, but I'd rather have cash than digital. And so I ended up calling up my bank, Bear Bank, and I said, I just saw this thing going on in Australia. I says, are you guys planning on doing that too? And they said, well, as far as we know, we haven't got any word, but we're not doing that, so it's nothing to be worried about. At the moment, at least, in my opinion. We also got 2 hurricanes coming, and they're both, with the way they're projected on the weather website, Weather Channel website, they're both supposed to be heading towards Louisiana and Texas. And East Texas, especially in my area, is going to be hit by both. And I am really not that concerned about it. I don't really think it's going to be that bad because we're not really going to be in the eye of either storms. We're going to be about at least a good 40 miles, maybe more, into the storm. But we're not going to be directly in the path of, we're not going to be directly where I would call the bad spots. That's what I would call it. Like I said, I'm not that worried about it. I've been through Rita and Katrina, Ike and Harvey. I'm not really that concerned about hurricanes right now, but a lot of people around here are. I've noticed, me and Aaron, Aaron actually, I won't say me and Aaron, but he told me about this. He went by the Walmart the other day, and as he was getting ammo, he realized they're out of guns. They're completely out of stock on all guns. Rifles, and I think even handguns are completely out of stock. So that's kind of concerning, but I still got my shotgun on layaway, so I'm not really that worried about it. I really still think I'm going to continue trying to do a series on this, because another YouTuber, City Prepper, has gotten into it. Oh, they're leaving now, finally. Anyways, City Prepper has made a complete series about the Great Depression and what you should do, because I truthfully think, even if I'm a little off on the dates that this will happen, I really do think we will be in another depression, regardless of how big or small it's going to be. It's going to affect a lot of things. And to make it even worse, Governor Abbott, even though he said he doesn't want to, he said he might have to with the cases of this bullshit virus, that he might have to shut the state down. And if he shuts the state down again, I don't think even my mom's skating rinks are going to get reopened, because we probably won't be able to handle it. and we're not the only ones. It's to the point where a lot of businesses, especially downtown Lufkin, the cookie store, Confessions, run by a wonderful lady. I used to actually do volunteer work for her sister, who owned one of the thrift stores here in town years ago. It was to the point where about a month ago she was actually begging on Facebook for people to come buy cookies because she just wasn't getting any customers. And it doesn't help either that she's only allowed to have one customer at a time inside the store, whereas before this whole coronavirus crap started, she was able to have like 7 to 8 people. So I know for a fact that if we get shut down again, she won't be able to reopen. I know she won't be able to reopen because she's making enough money just to keep the store going. But because of that, she's also only open 2 days a week now. So because of all that crap, it's fucked up around here, and not just obviously here, but in the whole state of Texas too. You know, I didn't really think it was gonna get this bad. I truthfully didn't. I figured, you know, even with a lot of people that we have here in Texas, I figured everybody, even though I don't believe in this whole COVID-19 crap, I figured the people who did, or at least people who watched the news and believed the news, I figured they would have at least social distanced if they actually believed this crap, you know, but a lot of people didn't. And I gotta admit, I'm one of them, because I really don't care. I don't wear my bandana for this COVID crap, and been wearing the same 2 bandanas for the last at least 4 years now. So I don't wear it for that. And I gotta admit, I'm one of those people. I'm sorry. Looking at the way things were in the 30s, a lot of it is starting to come up into today's society. The problem is, and I think I even said it before, Xena, don't go for the cat, stay here. If we did have another actual depression, Xena, chill. It will be worse, but not in the sense of the impact. It would be worse in the fact that the people, in my opinion, these days are so selfish that if a depression happened again, that was part either, even if it wasn't as bad as the 30s depression, people are going to be so selfish, basically, that they're not going to help people. They're not going to help their neighbors. They're probably not going to even help their family members. Everybody's going to be in it for themselves. I mean, I try to help. I really do. You know, I go out and give clothes away. I don't even donate to the big box stores, whatever, or the thrift stores, because they're making a profit off of it, and people can't afford this stuff. So, you know, leave the cat alone, mama. And so, I normally give clothes out, and a couple weeks ago, and some of y'all have me on Facebook, y'all can verify this, I ended up helping 7 different families out, giving a lot of food from my stock to them, as well as 2 big trash bags full of clothes, because they didn't have the money to feed their kids or give them clothes at that time. So I ended up stepping in and giving them a lot of stuff from my supply. Already about to go deal with the dumpster here in a minute, but and that's another problem that I can see, is that with a lot of this stuff coming in from China, that's one thing. Now that we got this crap going on with China, and there is stuff going on in the Great China Sea, and the trade embargoes, and all this other stuff I'll talk about in another video, a lot of stuff that we are used to having from China is now not being imported. For example, there supposedly is an aluminum shortage going on. I don't know much about it other than that we get aluminum from China, and I guess because of all the stuff going on, we haven't been getting the aluminum that we needed. And so apparently, from what I could tell, there's not going to be a lot of food on the shelves like there would be even in this kind of crisis that we have. And then outside of that, just the Chinese made goods that everybody's so used to having and loving, you're seeing a lot of a short supply of it. So because of that, a lot of people want to go to American goods. What I was going to say was, we live, and I said this before, we live in a throwaway society. And I was actually talking to another local business owner with my mom the other day, and that's what we've admitted to. We are in a throwaway society. And if it was like what it was in the Great Depression era during the 30s, if you were caught throwing away any goods, whether it was food, clothing, whatever it was, if it was a resource that could be used by somebody else and you threw it away in a trash can or a dumpster, you were brought out. I think this might have been for the men. I'm pretty sure it was different for women and children, but you were basically brought out to the middle of the square, what basically would be town hall, I guess. You were brought out in the middle of the square and you were beaten in front of everybody because it was a lot of people considered it a crime. That's one of the reasons why I love dumpster diving, because if people are going to throw away resources, even if it's food that just expired and it's in a can, as far as I'm concerned, that's mine, or whoever gets to it first. That's food that's going to go in my stomach. Food that I give away to people, dog food that's gonna go in my dog's stomach, all 4 of them, bird seed that I give to my chickens or that I grow because I grow the corn from it, So anyways, I plan on doing some more Great Depression videos, stuff that I think will help us right now, and basically like history and info on what they went through and what it was like, and how I'm implementing that sort of lifestyle that they had at that time, basically being frugal with what they had, and basically, I guess you could say penny pinching, and I guess you could call it hoarding. I don't know if that would be the best term for it, but basically they didn't really throw anything away, and a lot of things was American made back then more than what it is now. But I plan on doing more videos of that. I'm gonna go hit up this dumpster, and then when I upload this video, I'm gonna show you guys what I've got and then upload that video. So peace.